Can gold really get to $140,000 an ounce? Well, let's talk about it. This is the Hey Ed YouTube channel. I am your host, moderator, and all-around nice guy, Edward Anderson. Okay, so I've been doing a lot of gold-related videos lately, and I've got to get off this topic because I got other things to talk about. But I wanted to make a real quick video about this notion that gold could get to $140,000 an ounce. Now, why are they saying that? Well, because there's a lot of talk right now about revaluing gold. So for those of you who don't know, right now the statutory price of gold is only $42 an ounce, even though the market price for gold is trading at close to $3,000 an ounce. Okay, so President Trump is doing a lot of amazing things around. He's shaking up the world. He's on a legacy binge, okay? And he's a business guy, all right? So he's looking at our books. He's thinking to himself, well, listen, why don't we just raise the price of gold? That's going to improve our balance sheet quite a bit. And other people are saying, well, yeah, hey, listen, we could erase our $36 trillion deficit if we just, set the price of gold at $140,000. Okay, so let's take one step back and talk about the financial markets right now and why I've been so adamant for years now, telling my audience to get the money out of the banks and buy some gold and silver. And that is because our financial system is broken. A day is going to come where you are not going to be able to get your money out of the bank. There are going to be runs on the banks, and you're not going to be able to get your money out of the bank. And listen, that is not a hypothetical. That scenario has already played out many times in our history and even in our recent history. Banks do go under. A day is going to come when our financial system is going to collapse and the US dollar is going to be worthless. I mean, let's be honest. Our fiat currencies, and in my case, the US dollar, is already worthless. They are literally just pieces of paper. Whereas gold and silver, for that matter, are actual money. They've been around for thousands of years, and gold is actually the only legal form of money. The dollar bills you have in your pockets are not money. Okay, we refer to it as money out of convenience, but they're not money. They are currencies. They're not backed by anything. To remind you, the dollar has lost 97% of its buying power since 1913, whereas a $20 gold coin in 1913 would have bought you a beautiful brand new tailor-made suit. Today, that same 1 ounce coin would be worth, well, $3,000, right? So you can buy two beautifully tailored men's suits. So gold has not only maintained its buying power, but it has gone up quite a bit, which is the exact opposite of fiat currencies. The US dollar, again, has gone down 97% in buying power. Okay, so unless you've been living under a rock, you know that central banks around the world, they've been hoarding gold like crazy over the past few years. Now, it's not so much that they're buying gold as much as they're selling their dollars. They don't want to hold on to US dollars because they see the way we run our finances and they're not having it. Now, 2 years ago, I did a video saying that the Vatican, had decided to call in all of their gold. They were rehypothecating their gold. That's the word of the day, rehypothecating. Rather than having their gold sitting in banks, around the world, they brought it all home, and it all now resides, at the Vatican. And countries around the world right now are all rehypothecating their gold. They don't want it anywhere other than in their hands, literally. Primarily out of America. They want to get it out of America. They don't trust America. Why? Because a few years ago, the Biden administration decided to just confiscate, Russia's assets. They just took it because they didn't like them. Well, I don't care what your opinion is about Russia itself. The idea that a sovereign country can steal someone else's assets, really rubs people the wrong way. So countries around the world, they don't trust America anymore. They don't trust that their assets are safe here. So they're all calling their gold in. America is doing it themselves. We are rehypothecating the gold that we have at the LBMA, for example, in London. We're calling it all back. You've all seen the charts, right? We have been draining our gold in London. Okay, so why was our gold sitting at the LBMA anyway? Well, because we're releasing it out, and then they would use that money and they would lease it out. It's a way of making money off of an asset. Well, now they're bringing it all home. So the LBMA right now is really sucking wind. Factor in the idea that the COMEX and the LBMA and other gold exchanges around the world, they have leveraged their position like 1,000 times. You've heard about these gold contracts out there, the paper gold, they call it. Well, if all of those people holding those gold contracts decided to stand for delivery, say, listen, I'd like to turn my certificate in for my gold, there would not be enough gold to give it to them. It's a Ponzi scheme. It is a scam. The U.S. financial system, and by extension, the global financial system, is on its last legs. Something big is going to happen, and it's going to shake up the world. And when that happens, you do not want to be sitting on very much currency. You want to have gold to preserve your buying power. Okay, so let's talk about the topic of the day. Can gold really get to $140,000 an ounce? No. At least you better hope it doesn't. Because if gold gets to $140,000 an ounce, that's going to mean that hyperinflation is going to be out of control. It's going to make the Weimar Republic look like a picnic. You're going to see a perpetual state of global war break out if that happens. Why? Well, because countries are going to say, listen, we're going to confiscate your gold. They're going to be knocking down the door of any coin dealer, any bullion dealer that has gold, and they're going to be stealing it. They're going to be taking it. And they're going to be knocking on the door of anybody that they suspect of having gold, sitting in their shoebox in their closet, saying, we want your gold. It's human nature. They're going to be confiscating left and right. And if you own a gold mine in some South African country, expect the government to be taking you over. They're going to be showing up with guns, and they're going to be taking over the mines. And countries are going to be invading other countries, for their gold. Do you remember why the first Gulf War was started? Well, a lot of people say, well, it's because of the oil. No, it was because of gold. It was because Iraq went into Kuwait and stole their gold. They wanted their gold. That's how the first Gulf War started. And if gold gets to $140,000 an ounce, you're going to see that on a regular basis. The world is going to be chaos. I mean, if gold does get to $140,000 an ounce, I suggest you take whatever gold you have, sell it as fast as you can, and use that money to build a bunker and stock it with toilet paper and T-bone steaks. But I do think there will be a revaluation in gold. But rather than setting it at $140,000 an ounce, what they'll probably do is they'll set it closer to the current, spot price of gold. They'll probably set it at $3,000, maybe $5,000 an ounce. So you could get a nice, double, maybe even a triple on any gold you have right now. But that's not why you want to be buying gold. You don't buy gold, honestly, to make money. Okay, speculators do that. The reason why you want to buy gold is to preserve your buying power. Because the fiat currencies you have sitting in your bank or in your pocket, they are a depreciating asset. They're losing value every single day. That's called inflation. That's what inflation is. Inflation is a guaranteed loss on your money. So get your money out of the damn bank, put some of it into gold and silver, and establish streams of passive recurring income. Stay tuned to the channel here because I'm going to be talking about passive income programs for you. Okay, please like and subscribe. Ed Anderson, live from Minnesota, signing out.
Copy that.